Hi everyone, welcome to Startup Chile. We hope you are just as excited as we are. We're very looking forward to meeting you, which will happen in pretty much a month away from now. So this is our first approach. We're here to answer basically all general questions you might have at this point regarding visas and regarding your the financial part of what you should be doing by now. So I am Trinidad. I am the community builder and the HR manager for Startup Chile. I'm the one that's been spamming your emails. You'll be hearing a lot from me during the next month and the next week or so of your program. So yeah, be ready. I'm really I'm here for you. I'm happy to help you. So don't be scared to reach out if you have any questions. Okay. So we have here with us Luis or Lucho for our friends.
Yeah.
He is the coordinator of the financial area. So he's going to be answering all your questions.
Okay. Hi, my name is Luis. I'm a chief for direct operations. So please send us your questions about the financial process. No, that's all.
Yes, so we also have here, because we're waiting for some questions to pop up, so we're just going to give you a little overview. We have here with us as well Remy.
Yeah, I'm Remy, intern from France.
So Remy is part of our intern teams. Our interns are a very important part of our team. They pretty much help us do everything here. So you'll get to meet them as well. And we're actually at this time, at this moment, we're actually at the co-work, which is going to be pretty much your house. So I'm just going to turn around the camera now to let you see how the co-work looks like. So there you see, those are the desks, and there's a little nice terrace where in summertime we all get together for our awesome SUP lunches, which you also get to see. And all the people that you're watching over there, they're other suppers, right? So other people from current generations that are already working on their projects with us. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be great. Probably very fun 4 months of your life. So we have 8 people watching us, but no incoming questions. So we're just gonna give you a little information of the visas. So at the moment we have 8 people requesting visas. If you haven't filled out the form number 1, please do so as soon as possible, because we're gonna start the process tomorrow and Thursday. So it's a long process. There's a lot of waiting to do. So please start it as soon as possible, because consulates can be very slow and show a lot of delays. So we strongly suggest to start gathering all the documents you need, even before anything. Read all the emails and all the files that we attached very carefully. Okay, so we do have an incoming question. Do we have a definite date for the program? Dates for the program. So at this time, the most certain date that you have is your start date, which is the 27th of August, a Monday. If you already have access to your calendars, if you view your calendar, you will see that before your arrival, there are 5 steps that we fulfill. During the 4th step, you will receive a document called your playbook. This is a very important document, and it will contain all the more specific dates of the program, especially the most important bits and parts. So you will be able to plan around those most important dates. So that will happen during the 4th step, which I don't have my calendar open right now, but I think it's like during the 2nd week of August. Okay? So that was the first question. You will have a lot more information in a couple of weeks as to the exact dates of what will be happening. The next question was regarding to rent the apartments and for the flights. So pretty much we expect you to be here, and you actually have to be here mandatorily on that 27th of August. That would be the first date that you have to manage. To rent the apartment, you can start viewing online on the internet as soon as now. However, it'll be probably a little bit hard for you to close a deal being in another country or another place. Please do have in consideration that Airbnb will not be allowed to, you won't be able to claim the invoices for all Airbnbs. So that would not be an option for you. However, regarding all your questions about housing, we want to suggest that you reach out to our community. In Startup Chile, we have a huge community of, actually it's more than 4,000 people. We have a Facebook page called Facebook Participants, where everybody there is invited to participate, and you can ask all the questions that you might have regarding life quality, like where to live, what areas are best, where to eat, or even where to travel in Chile. So this is a space where you can actually address all the questions that you might have. And we strongly suggest that you join this Facebook participants group as soon as possible, because it will also help you network in Chile. So that is the first invitation. The second invitation is this Thursday, you will receive with step 3, an email with your landing buddy. The landing buddy is a person that is currently in the program and that has already gone through the process of the visa and or other bits of the program, and he will be also more than happy to help you out with all questions that you might have in any sense. This could be regarding general life tips in Chile and the program itself. So we also strongly suggest that as soon as you receive this email on Thursday, to reach out to your landing buddy and ask all the questions. Maybe you can even set up a conversation via WhatsApp or whatever suits you the most. If you're Chilean and you're already in Chile, you can also meet up for a coffee. You can meet here at the co-work so you can get to see the space. So that's also a very important instance that you can use to answer any questions that are not directly related to the program, okay? Hi, Eric. Nice to meet you. I have a question about the flight dates and if I should buy a round or a single ticket. So at this moment, you have to consider that the start date is the 27th. So we suggest that you fly in a couple of days before that so that you get
approximately in January or the end of December or next January of the next year.
Okay, so an approximate...
Considering 5 months.
Yeah, so an approximate end date of the program would be January 2019. Okay, so if you want to book a two-way ticket, you can do that and consider January. Why January? Because the program will last 4 months, and you have to take into account that during the first month, you're going to be doing all the paperwork to sign the your contract later. So pretty much, give or take, it will be around the 27th of September. That will be the legal start date of your contract. However, the program starts the 27th of August, okay? As to if you want to buy a one-way ticket or a two-way ticket, that is entirely up to you. Remember that you will be reimbursed for your tickets. So we, of course, will suggest that you get the cheapest option in the market, because this is the money that you will be spending for your entire project. So, of course, it will be up to you. What is the address of the co-work so we can start looking at nearby apartments? Okay, this is a good question. So the address of the co-work is Monjitas 565. Okay, this is located downtown city center, right next to the metro station called Bellas Artes. Okay. Again, if you want to receive such information and if you have any kind of all these kinds of questions, you can also reach out via the admissions email, admissions@startupchile.org, and I can also answer all these kinds of questions. Okay. What is the name of the Facebook group again, please. It's called Facebook Participants. Okay, Facebook Participants. Address, yes, that's right. The address is Monjitas 565, Santiago Centro. That's right, that's the address of the co-work.
Yes.
We have 2 co-works, however. This is good and important to note. One is here at downtown, and there's also another co-work located at Providencia. And the address of that co-work is Antonio Velet. Am I right?
Yeah.
Antonio Velet. So I think it's Antonio Velet 66. But yeah, it's a small street. So if you look up Antonio Velet, it should be there. And that is located in Providencia.
Yeah.
Perfect. So any more questions? No more incoming questions. So we're going to give you some general tips regarding to the first reimbursements that you can make. Okay, so from a financial point of view, you can start buying your tickets, your plane tickets by now.
Yes.
And Lucho is going to give you some tips as to what are the documents that you should be keeping with yourselves and showing them to make sure that you will get fully reimbursed. Okay?
Yes. I will talk in Spanish. Sorry for that. And Trinidad will translate for you. Okay. Es importante que consideren el tiempo en que demora la formalización del contrato. Okay. Pueden comprar ya el ticket para su llegada, considerando 4 o 5 meses de ejecución del proyecto. Como decía Trinidad, es importante que consideren hasta final de diciembre de este año o mediados de enero del próximo año, sin considerar que algunos proyectos pueden optar a una extensión de plazo de ejecución de 3 meses más. ¿Okay? Eso haría cambiar su ticket de vuelta. Es importante que consideren tener todos los documentos de compra del ticket o, si es que cuando ya llegan a Chile, tener el contrato para arrendar algún departamento. Okay. Todos los documentos deben ser originales, ¿ok?
Okay, so yeah. I'm going to interrupt because there's a lot of information there. So the first thing to have in mind, which we already kind of discussed, is the start and end date of the program. So we strongly suggest that you, when you buy your ticket, that you consider the end date as far as mid-January. Why? Because what we already explained, usually it will take you up to a month to sign the contract, which will extend the program to 5 months. And not the four originally called months. So that would be the first part, to consider 5 months. The second part is you should also have in mind that you can apply to an extension of the program. That gives you an extra 3 months to spend the money that will be granted. This means that you could go all the way until March, April of 2019. However, this is what you should have in mind when you purchase your ticket, so that you buy a ticket that will allow you to make changes in the flight dates later on. So don't buy the cheapest ticket that won't allow you, that will force you to buy another ticket, because at this point you're not completely certain as to when you will be leaving Chile. Okay. The other bit of information was regarding to the documents that you have to keep once you buy your ticket. So I think it's 4 documents that you have to keep. So the first one is the boarding pass.
The boarding pass and the travel schedule, okay, that you receive in your email, the proof of payment with bank statements. No, that's all.
That's the 3.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do, for example, a online credit card purchase of the ticket, make sure that you send us a copy of your bank statement where the purchase is seen. Okay. So it's the boarding pass, the schedule that the airline will send to your email, and the proof of purchase, of payment that will be in your bank statement. Okay, so those 3 things. As to the rentals,
it's mandatory you keep your contract. Yeah, okay. Please keep your original contract, and also please keep your proof of payment of the rent monthly. Okay, it's important for us in order to approve these expenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also consider that this was also in the emails, but also consider that you won't receiving your payment until you sign the contract. This means that you will have to bring cash for all the costs associated to living for the first month that you will be here in Chile. Okay, so all these costs, like the costs of housing and rent, they will be reimbursed, but you will have to pay them yourselves for the first month. Okay? Okay, so we do have another question. Hi, Viola. So the question is, will expenses related to visa application be covered? For example, fees for applying for medical certificates and police clearance certificates? Yes, all the money that you're spending for obtaining your visa, that's all going to be covered. Then again, please keep all the documents related to these expenses. If there are invoices, keep the invoices. If you're paying anything by credit card, make sure to present the proof of payment in your bank statement. Thank you. So the founder has to buy the ticket of anyone, can buy the ticket for me and keep the receipt. Does the founder have to buy the
founder
ticket?
Or team member? Okay.
It has to be under their name.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another important thing. Tickets will only be reimbursed for founders and team members, okay? For team leaders and team members. And the purchases have to be made to their names. So no, you cannot, like if you have somebody that has miles and he wants to buy the ticket for you, that won't work. And we won't reimburse miles either, because that's also a question that pops up a lot. So sorry, we don't have that option. So yes, so for example, if you want to bring an employee later on, we are more than welcome to help you obtain a visa for him. However, we will not be able to pay for his visa nor for his tickets. So that will have to run out of his costs. Okay? Okay. Hola a todos, soy María José de Nature Trip. Hi, María José, nice to meet you.
Hola.
Hola, desde Chile. So I think she's just saying hi. Is it possible to make business purchases such as laptops in our home countries before we go, or do all business related purchases, or all business purchases have to be made in Chile?
Yeah, it's recommended to do this expense in Chile because you need to be approved for your account executive. Okay. Please do not expense previously to the information about your account executive. Okay.
Yes. So I'm gonna give a little bit more information. So at this point, do not make any purchases related to your business, because how does the program work? You will all get assigned an account executive, okay? This person will be presented or introduced to you during step 4. So if you check your calendar, you will see when you will receive an email where you will be introduced to your account executive. This person is going to be the most important person during the program, because he or she will be the person that will accept or decline all the purchases that you will be making. And how will he decline or accept? It will all depend on the plan, on the work plan that you will elaborate with him beforehand. So if this makes sense in the whole project and the whole design of the project, then he will be okay with it. But everything that you buy has to be accepted by your account executive beforehand, before you buy it, okay? There's a lot of rules as to the financial part of the program. However, do not worry at this stage about it, because we're going to have a second webinar where you will be introduced to account executives that can answer these questions. And then as soon as you get here, you will have several financial workshops that you can attend where you will receive very detailed information as to how to do this process of presenting quotations and getting reimbursed and the documents that you have to present. Okay? Okay. The email with your account executive will come out on Friday, the 10th of August. Okay? And that day you will be in contact directly via email with your account executive. So you can start asking more specific questions by then. Okay? And how would we be reimbursed for everyday expenses? So what do you mean by everyday expenses? Because there are some expenses that are not going to be allowed at all. For example, you cannot get reimbursed for food or for drinks or for transportation. So you will receive this Friday, you will receive a handbook. Okay, as you can see in your calendar. In that handbook, you will have more specific information as to what general items can be reimbursed and what general items cannot be reimbursed.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope that answers your question. Yo como chilena, okay, so Nature Trip has a question. Arriendo un departamento hace mucho tiempo. ¿Puedo presentar el contrato de arriendo como gasto durante el proceso?
Sí. Hola, Nature Trip. Tú puedes presentarlo solo desde el momento en que fuiste aceptada en Startup Chile, ¿ok? Entonces, ese contrato tú lo debes presentar en original y desde esa fecha en adelante tú puedes presentar ese gasto para que sea cubierto, ¿ok? Así que no hay problema, mantén tu contrato original contigo.
Perfecto. So, gracias, Lucho. So no more questions at the moment. So what else can we tell you that is in general? So, okay, so another bit of information that you will be receiving this Friday in your handbook has to do with a very important decision that you have to make at the very beginning of the program. Because there are two ways of receiving the money or the grant that you will be receiving. So Lucho is going to talk in Spanish and I'm going to go translating, okay?
Tú puedes optar por la opción de recibir el dinero de manera anticipada, ¿ya? Significa que tú debes pagar una póliza de seguro asociada a la entrega de esa cuota, para la cual también debes traer dinero. El monto también será informado. Y nosotros podemos darte en una cuota todo el dinero asociado al proyecto, que son 10 millones de pesos chilenos. La otra opción es la opción de reembolso, es decir, no hay póliza de seguro asociada, no debes pagar nada, tú ejecutas tu presupuesto, haces gastos y luego en una reunión de presentación de gastos presentas todos los documentos y nosotros te reembolsamos ese dinero que tú utilizaste. Consideren muy importante que todos esos gastos deben ser aprobados por el ejecutivo técnico que será informado en un par de semanas más. ¿Ok?
Okay, so now in English, there are two ways to receive this money, this grant. The first way is to receive it upfront as soon as you sign the contract with Corfo, which pretty much will give you the 10 million, am I right? Sí, the 10 million pesos. And you have to sign a pay insurance, which will allow us to make sure that you won't run away with the money, pretty much. And what you do is as soon as you start spending that money, you have to present all the documents related to in any case, that's right?
Yeah.
Yes, in any case. However, do still keep in mind that every time that you purchase something or that you hire someone, all these decisions have to be approved by your account executive before you take this next step.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second option is you spend your own money, and after you do it, you present all the documents, and we reimbursed right afterwards with the money that you've been spending. In this second case, there is no insurance. There's no insurance associated, so there is a little bit less paperwork.
Yeah.
and it can be a little bit. Are there benefits or no? So no
more benefits.
No benefits associated to each case. It will be up to you entirely as to which option you're going to take. Okay.
Yes.
And this decision, you should be making it como a week before the program starts.
Yeah.
So a week before the program starts, you will receive an email from your account executive where you will have to choose which of the two options you will be taking. Okay. Do we have to choose between rent and founder salary? And salaries, do we have to incorporate in Chile?
No. No, you're right.
Okay, so we're gonna. There are two questions there. The first one is: do we have to choose between rent and founder salary?
Yes, yes. For the you can present the rent of the first month, but you can opt for ask for salary. Okay, if you present salary, you can't present more expense for your rent. Okay, o sea, puedes en español puedes presentar arriendo por el primer mes o segundo mes. Si después presentas salarios, no puedes volver a presentar gastos de arriendo o housing costs. Can you explain in English,
yes,
please?
Okay, so if you're going to have to opt either to receive a salary or to be reimbursed for your housing costs. Unfortunately, we cannot afford both. However, during the first month, you will be able to be reimbursed for that first month and then start presenting salaries for the second month. Why is this? Because during the first month, you won't be receiving a salary, pretty much, because your first salary, you will be able to deduct it from your grant only once you've signed the contract. So we make that exception during the first month to make sure that you don't have to run with all the costs. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please just type in and we'll do a little bit more explaining. And there was a second question. So was, do we have to be incorporated in Chile to pay salaries?
It's not necessary, but we need to, because it's important for you to do business in Chile, okay? But for your salary, it's not necessary to incorporate.
So in that sense, we strongly suggest that you open your company in Chile, that you're incorporated in Chile, because it will make everything so much easier for you in paperwork, in every sense. However, there's always the option of outsourcing. So this means that you can pretty much pay a salary to anyone in any part of the world, okay, without the need of having that person be in Chile or having a work visa in Chile, etc. So there's always that option. Okay, please repeat that about the first month. Okay, so remember that we mentioned that it will take you a full month since the program starts until you sign the contract with Corfo. Okay, during that month, unfortunately, because we don't have any legal constraints with you, we are not allowed to give you any. Okay, so during that first month, you will have to run with the costs associated with living in Chile, okay? However, this does not mean that we won't reimburse you for the housing costs that you've incurred into during that first month. Does that make sense? So as soon as you sign the contract, we will be able to pay you for the rent of the former month. And once you're able to receive a salary from the grant, then you won't be able to receive housing, but you will be receiving your salary. However, if you decide to keep receiving housing and not salary, that's also an option for the rest of the program.
Yes.
Sounds a little bit confusing, but I don't know. If it's not clear, we can explain more. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. If we pass our rent, we go without salary, it cannot be reimbursed for transportation and everyday expenses. So Ines, no, unfortunately, can we see which are you will receive more information. Está más arriba. You will receive all this information this Friday with step 3. But just so that you bear in mind, Oh, where is it? I was sure that there was like a no.
Ah, no.
So no, you won't be, because what happens, Ines? You will be, o sea, you can opt for a salary, and we assume or trust that just like in any other work, you will be living out of that salary and paying for all your basic and daily expenses within that salary. Yeah. So no, you won't get, and of course it is actually, from a financial point of view, it will be impossible for us that you're claiming every single expense that you're doing every day. And transportation is also not included. You cannot reimburse your subway ticket, or because then again, because you can opt to a salary, then you have to be living out of that salary, considering all the expenses. Yeah, does that make sense to you? We hope so. And yes, you're going to have to pick between receiving a salary or being reimbursed for housing. You cannot have both, for the same reason I just explained, because we assume that from your salary you will also be paying your rent.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else coming? We don't have any more incoming questions. So guys, please, if you have any kind of question, this is the time to ask. Don't be shy. This is why we're doing this, to make sure that everything is clear for you at this point. Is there a cap for salaries? Yes, there is a cap for salaries. So salaries can only be como tope.
Yeah.
The salaries can only be up to 700,000 pesos at this point.
For 2 team members.
For 2 team members. O sea,
for one.
And for one team member, it's 500,000 pesos per month. So yes, it's not a big salary. We know that. We agree. And we would love to be able to make it higher. Unfortunately, we can't. So yeah, okay. Nature Group is asking if she's the only one speaking in Spanish in the group. I think that the numbers, the current numbers, if you have seen our website or our blog, or it's 20 startups that have been selected for your generation, which is TSF8, and I think that it's around 12. How many Chilean?
9 Chilean.
It's 9 Chilean and 1 Mexican and 10 from other places around the world. So pretty much half of the generation is going to be speaking Spanish. I hope that's a good thing for you. However, Nature Trip, we strongly encourage you to practice your English and to make this an opportunity for you to meet other people from other parts of the world, because that's a very big asset of the program, right? So in this program, you're going to get to have friends all over the world after the program ends. And that's it's not only nice, but it's also a beautiful business opportunity, right? When you're looking to scale, what best than to have people living in, I don't know, Azerbaijan, Turkey, no sé, anywhere in the Middle East or even in Europe, right? So we strongly suggest to take this opportunity to talk to as many people as possible and just mingle and network. That's the whole point. That's like the biggest asset of the program, okay? And actually, you're going to be arriving in a very cool moment, because we have 4 active generations, which is something that never usually happens. It means a huge work overload for us, but it's a huge and beautiful opportunity for all of you, because you're going to get to meet people from generation 19, from generation 20, and from TSF7. And everybody is in different places and in different moments of the project. So it's just going to be, it can be a very rich experience. So durante el primer mes, si estoy en otra ciudad, ¿se puede reembolsar el pasaje de bus de otra ciudad?
Sí, hola Francisca. Si estás en otra ciudad, efectivamente puedes solicitar el reembolso para venir a Santiago a las actividades que nosotros te vamos a exigir que estés presente, ¿ya? No hay problema con eso. funciona como un vuelo de avión, por ejemplo, tienes que guardar también los recibos originales del pasaje del bus o depende de cómo viajes. Lo que no está incluido es transporte en la ciudad, por ejemplo, taxis o metro en Santiago o Transantiago, ¿ok?
Okay, perfect. So sorry, can we repeat the salary? Is it 500 or 700? So if you're going to be paying, if it's going to be 2 people,
si son 2 team members, es hasta 700.000 por cada uno.
Ya, pero que ellos son TSF, entonces solo un team member.
Claro,
ya.
hasta 2. Si son 2, obtienen 700.000 pesos cada uno. Si solo un team leader, puede presentar solo hasta 500.000 pesos.
Okay, so if it's going to be 2 people receiving salaries, then you can opt to 700,000 pesos. And if it's going to be only 1, then it's 500,000 pesos. So maybe can we explain why? Porque...
No, sorry. This information is about the housing. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry. So sorry. We're confusing you about the salaries.
Yeah.
Just give us 1 second. Yo creo que siempre 700.
Sí.
So yeah, so in every case, the cap for salaries is 700,000 pesos.
For team leader and team member.
For team leaders and team members.
Yeah.
Always 700,000 pesos, which is like a little bit more than $1,000.
Yeah.
Like $1,100, something like that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, awesome. No more incoming questions. Does somebody else want to have want to take the opportunity to ask a question? No? Okay, guys. So just to give a little closure, and I don't know how to stress this enough. Make sure you use all your contacts. So make sure to join Facebook participants. Make sure to reach out to your landing buddy as soon as you receive their email this Thursday. This Friday. And to those that are applying to visas, please start gathering your documents. Visa processes can be so slow and very bureaucratic. And I know that what usually happens is a week before, I don't want to alarm you, but a week before the program starts, people are still looking out for their visas. And so if you can, try to gather all the documents, reach out to the consulate of choice now and ask them how the procedure is, what the documents are going to be, the ones required, what you can do before time. Okay, we're doing our best from our side to speed things up with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. As soon as we have the red light from the ministry, we're going to start sending you your invitation letters. So some of you will start receiving them as soon as tomorrow or Thursday. And as soon as you have that letter, please continue the process straight away. Log into the consulate web form, fill that out, and make sure to make your appointment with a consulate. Okay? And there's another question.
I have 3 questions.
If one team member is in another country, is also 700,000 pesos the salary?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the answer. Yes, that's always the top amount. So,
but if you can pay the salary for your team member, but he needs to travel to Chile. Okay, you can pay for the salary if he or she doesn't travel to Chile. Okay, can you explain more?
So,
no. So, para el team member, si quiere pagarle el salario, debe tener el RUT chileno para poder optar a los 700.000.
Okay, sí. O si no, ¿y se le puede pagar a un team member como outsourcing?
No.
Okay. So if you are a team member and you are signed up as a team member in your original application, that cannot be changed and it will never be changed. And the only way for that person to receive a salary is that person to have a Chilean ID card. That means he has to pretty much at least be in Chile for a couple of months so that he gets the process of his ID card. Okay?
For team leader are 100.
And for team leaders and for team members, it's always going to be the same, which is 700,000 pesos. It doesn't matter which role you have. Yes. Okay? And the team member cannot be paid as an outsourced service at all. Okay, so this is the only option for him to receive a salary, to come to Chile and to do the whole process of the work visa, ID, Chilean card, etc. Okay, and it's a process that might take up to a month and a half. As an Argentinian, do I need a visa? Como Argentina, necesito visa? Yes, everyone. It doesn't matter how close you are. You cannot come to the program with a tourist visa for the same reason that I just explained, okay? Everyone that does not have a temporary resident visa has to apply to a visa. Chileans, Colombians, Peruvians, all Latin Americans have to do the process, the entire process, okay? So please, if you have not filled out Form 1, do so right now, because if you do not fill out that form, we won't be able to help you later on, and you won't be able to participate in the program. And we would hate that to happen, because we have, it would be the most shameful thing of ever. So even if in doubt, fill out Form 1, okay? If you don't need a visa later on, then that's gonna be easier to handle. But if you did need one, then we're screwed. Sorry for my word, okay. ¿Salario significa que tiene que tener contrato de trabajo?
Yes and no. Sí y no. Es un proceso que explicaremos mejor porque es un poco complejo, pero con el RUT chileno tú puedes optar al salario si tú lo consideras necesario, ¿ya? Pero es un proceso que requiere mayor explicación que te entregaremos en el workshop financiero, ¿ok? No vale la pena explicarlo acá, pero puedes hacerlo a través de un contrato de trabajo o a través de otra opción que es inscripción en primera categoría en servicios de impuestos internos. Por eso no lo explicamos acá, por lo específico que es el tema. ¿Okay?
Sí. Okay. No more incoming questions. Okay, guys, so we're just going to wait a few minutes before, just to see if somebody, okay, we have one more. Como chilena, ¿debo llenar el formulario de visa? No. The only people that do not require visas are Chileans. Those are the ones. Everybody else requires a visa. Okay? So only if you're Chilean, you don't need a visa. Los chilenos son los únicos que no necesitan visas. Okay? Todos los demás, por favor, postulen a la visa, completando el formulario 1. Okay? Sumamente importante. Hemos tenido casos muy tristes de personas que no han podido participar en el programa porque pensaron que podían venir con visa de turista, ¿ok? Así que, por favor, todos postulen a la visa. Okay, so no more incoming questions at the moment. So I think that we can end the call. So, guys, if any more questions, okay, we have one more. Hi there. Hi, Dorota. Is it possible that the visa will get processed in time, even if we do all the steps within your deadlines? If so, what happens if the visa is approved after August 27th? Okay, so, Dorota, the whole process is thought out so that the times are okay. Of course, sometimes things happen that are completely out of our control, and that has caused bigger delays than we expected. However, most of those cases are, for example, we have experienced some bigger delays with Venezuela, which has a very sensible situation at the moment. Where I don't know where you are from and where you will be applying to the visa, but it should not be the case. However, what we're doing now is, if we know that there's a consulate that is very slow to answer, we're going to start with them. Okay, they're going to be the first ones receiving their invitation letter so that they can start the process as soon as possible. We have very, very few cases per generation that don't make it on time. Very few. I don't think it'll be the case because we reviewed already all the countries that are coming in this generation, and none of them are complicated consulate/countries. So it should be fine, okay? So don't worry. However, if you are worried, send an email to admission. Tell me where you're going to be applying, and I can start processing your visa as soon as possible. We filled out the visa form, but did not get any confirmation email whether you received their details. Okay, so yes, Viola. Because this is we're managing 4 current generations at the moment. We usually do not, we won't be replying to each and every email. However, you will receive all the information as to what are the next steps this Friday. So don't worry, if you filled out the form, then it's fine, okay? Sorry, last one. There is no consulate in my city, Guadalajara, Mexico, so I'm going to do it in Buenos Aires. Are those flights covered? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, all costs associated to getting your visa will be covered. However, then again, remember this is part of your grant. So always try to look out which is the cheapest and most convenient option for you, okay? But yes, however, do also have in mind that the consulate of choice cannot be changed later on. So if you choose Buenos Aires, you're gonna have to wait in Buenos Aires until you have the appointment with the consulate. Okay, so bear in mind when you pick the consulate that this will also have some costs associated to getting the visa.
Eric García dice que hay un consulado en México.
Sí, en Mexico City. So yes, if I were you, I would look into which is the consulate that is the nearest to you. Okay, so maybe going all the way to Buenos Aires is not the best option. Maybe you can look into what is the consulate that is nearest to you and that will imply the least expenses. Okay, so yeah, there is a list of consulates that was given in step 2. So maybe you can go over that and see what is the most convenient place to go. And however, Viola, was it Viola, the one that with Guadalajara? Ines. Also, if you're concerned, email me to admissions and we can check your case in a more specific way.
Yes.
Okay, so no more incoming questions at the moment. Guys, so don't worry if you feel that, or if you think of new questions later on. We're here for you. We're here and we want to answer all your questions. My job is to make your landing as soft as possible. So this is what we do. We do soft landing for all our entrepreneurs. So make sure to reach out, write to admissions. If I'm a little bit delayed in your answer, please give me a little time. We're working with 4 current active generations. However, I will get to you. Yeah, in every case. I will answer all emails. Yes, but I don't know anyone in Mexico City, so I would have to rent a place. But in Buenos Aires, no. Bu Chile is the same that. Okay, so yeah, sure. That's something that you have to assess, Ines. That's completely up to you. If you do the math and you consider that Buenos Aires is the best option, then do it. But do have in mind that you will have to wait in Buenos Aires until you get the appointment with the consulate. Okay. Buenos Aires has a good answer. Is not so bad with waiting times, so they should have a fast answer, I would think. Okay. Okay. So yeah, okay, so guys, no more incoming questions. Thanks for that. Thanks for joining. We're super happy and we're also excited to meet you all. Remember, we're here for you. And if you have any questions or you feel that there are some answered questions, you can still reach out. Remember, there will be a new webinar. We will be always in admissions. And yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for all your questions.
Muchas gracias, nos vemos muy pronto.
Bye.
Chao, chao. Chao, Remy.
Ciao.
See you soon.